Good evening, and welcome to space, the final frontier. Does anybody remember this? Huh? Beam me up, communicator. Huh? Ain't that something? Huh? Beam me up. Wouldn't that be cool? Have a little laser gun on here. Yeah. I thought about that earlier. I told you that I would go over some of the planets and make sure that I was up to date with my mind the way it is. I want to make sure that I have it right. I could just guarantee that it was right, but now I notice a lot of mistakes that I'm making. So it's just better to say, I forgot more stuff than people know of this stuff anyway, because people just aren't interested in it like I am. And of course, if you're not interested in it, then just let me know. And if they have a lot of people that say, like the president, like I told you about being a president, just let me know. If you don't like it, I won't do it no more. Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet that we have in the solar system, and it is the closest planet to the sun. It's 747 degrees Fahrenheit. That's in the daytime. And it takes 43 days for it to spin around on its axis, and it's made mostly of iron. It has 12 of the mass of Earth. So it's not really that. Venus is the second closest to the sun. It's similar to Earth, and it has a much thicker atmosphere. It makes it have a strong greenhouse effect. It spins backwards, and it takes 243 days to complete one rotation. And Mars has about tenth of the mass of Earth, and the rotation is similar to ours, and it's farthest of the so-called terrestrial planets from the sun. And it has two small moons. It's Phobos and Deimos. It's Phobos and Deimos. I'm not sure whether I say that right or not. Deimos. I don't know. They probably were captured from the asteroid belt. And its composition is mostly rock, but with a core of iron sulfide. Okay, it has that. The sun, remember I was telling you the other day about the sun and how long it takes to, 10,000 years for the sun, when light's created, to almost 170,000 years it could be to get to the top of the sun. Well, the sun is 75% hydrogen and 25% helium. The sun energy comes, I told you about this too, converting hydrogen into helium in like 4 million tons a second. It's more massive than all the planets put together. That's pretty. Okay, and the Earth is the only known planet at this time to have an abundance of liquid water and an abundance of oxygen-rich atmosphere on its surface. It rotates on its own axis every 24 hours. Like Venus, it's mostly composed of rock and iron. It has a large like relative to its size of the moon. Jupiter is 5 times farther from the sun than Earth, and more than 300 times more massive. In fact, it's larger than all the planets put together. It's composed of mostly hydrogen and helium, and it's a true gas giant. I was telling you about it. They changed that from an asteroid. It has 4 moons that are comparable to ours, and it's got 50 moons, smaller moons. Saturn is the second largest planet with about 1/3 the mass of Jupiter, and is 10 times farther from the sun than Earth. It's mostly hydrogen and helium, and it rotates in about 10 hours. It has one large moon, it's called Titan, and about 30 smaller ones. Rings are extended around it. Uranus is 17 times larger than Earth and 20 times farther than Earth from the sun. The composition of the outer layer is similar to that of Jupiter and Saturn's. It takes about 17 hours to rotate. Neptune is now the outermost of the main planets. It's 30 times farther from the sun than Earth. It's similar to Uranus, but slightly smaller at 14 Earth masses. It has one large moon called Triton. It also has an important effect on the behavior of objects in the Kuiper belt. Pluto, remember we talked about Pluto the other day? Pluto is only 0.2% of mass as Earth and under 20% of the moon's mass. It's 40 times farther from the sun than Earth. Although it sometimes goes inside Neptune's orbit, it's never that close. Alright, Charon is Charon. It's a moon of Pluto, okay? Its mass of only 2% of our moon, but it has the highest mass ratio of moon to parent in the solar system. Some claim that this is a double dwarf planet system rather than a moon orbiting its parent. Makemake, M-A-K-E-M-A-K-E, is the third largest dwarf planet in the solar system. Only 3/4 that of Pluto. Its orbit is way up, and its discovery was in March of 2005. It became a Plutoid in July 2008. It has no known moons. Eris, E-R-I-S. It was discovered in 2003. Slightly larger than Pluto, its average distance is about 70 times from the sun than Earth. Its elongated orbit takes it through both Neptune and Pluto. Its inclination of nearly 36 degrees takes it well out of the zodiacal band for most of its orbit. Okay, I just thought that would be just a little bit of something. I go into detail with each and every one of them if you like. I've discovered that I just have to dig them out. I got one of them, and I thought that was interesting. I was just looking at that. I was looking at the. I was looking at the. I was looking at the planets and everything, and I just happened to glance at that phone, and I said, I remember the space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Remember the communicator? Beat me up, Scotty. She's breaking up, Captain. I thought it's always been an exciting thing for me, but I really would like to have a little laser gun on, me. I would shoot up everything. Me. Yeah. And there's a little bit of education, just that's true fact, because I read it straight up for you. Well, I wrote it down, and then because that's I forgot a lot of that. I get stuff. I know the main ones are the Earth and Venus and Mars. That's the ones we talk about, and the Sun and Pluto being the last one. It's gotten a lot of publicity because it's lost its planetary. And that upset a lot of people. But then it was actually the only planet that was discovered by America, and now it's not. But it became in this category it became it could become a larger icicle, if you will, because most of that's icicles out there. It's all mostly icicles, but that's another thing. I mean they say that there's possibly there's other life somewhere, and you just have there is. I mean, there's no other way. There's no other way, and it's not. I mean, we're not. You can't say, "Oh, we're the only ones." It's all God put this for us. Well, God might have put that for us, and put something over there for them, and them. And they're all saying the same thing. We're small-minded people that think that we're just so. It's like that comedian once said. That there's a comedian said that. He said that we put on Earth to make plastic. Just think, okay, that's what we do. Because the Earth needs plastic somewhere, somehow. That's what we do. We make plastic. And you can't get rid of it. But it's getting late, and I just wanted to go over some of the space with you. It's a beautiful thing. Space is the final frontier. I wish that everybody was into it a lot more. They could use the organs that that are robotic. How about some robotic? It costs us too much. Well, yeah. I guess when you can steal them, when you steal people's organs and that's free to you, just a little small investment. Let's just shoot $54,201 in drugs in them. That's the human thing to do. But you know what? That's who says that's the human thing to do, because guess what? You be in a coma, you can be in a coma and still feel it. Still hear. Based on lucid dream, you can hear and you can feel everything that's going on. Freezing somebody like that, they can feel you. They can feel it, man. And it's just that's a terrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing that I honestly don't know. I don't know. I wish I had never witnessed that. It's gonna kill me. Vote yes. Lisa's grandbaby law. Say no to brain dead as being a tool to take your organ. Say no to organ donating. Brain dead is not dead. Excuse me. You're only dead when you're dead. When your organs stop, then you may have brain dead. Okay. But as long as you may be in a coma, but you can still hear. And based on Lisa's dream, I mean, she was tortured and she suffered. And don't be the one that's on that table doing that. Oh my God, I should have signed that bill into law. There you go. Sign it into law, and you ain't got to worry about it. You still can be a willing donor. You just ain't got to have somebody talking about how much they're going to make off of you while they're taking your organs away from you. Okay? And hopefully with this if you sign this law into law, then your brain will be splattered all over the windshield, and there won't be no Mr. or Mrs. whoever you are, because you can pick pieces up off the sidewalk. And that's exactly the way it should be. Okay, anything other than that, it could be, that's just ridiculous. 8 days, and she lived for, 7 days in the hospital, 8 days with it being in the morgue. And then, they're going to threaten you and pull the oxygen off of your family member. There's something wrong with that, man. It's immoral, if nothing else. It's wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. They're playing God up there, and God don't like ugly, That's wrong. Don't let them play God no more. If they want to play, You want to play, where God, teaches us to do this and teaches us. But the most important thing, and I believe it's in everything in the Bible, everything that makes us anything is life. Okay? Life comes first, man, And you don't, the miracle of life. You can't decide when that ends and that starts. And no, they can. They done it. Oh yeah, $54,000 worth of drugs. I mean, you can kill anybody with that. God can't stop you from doing that. Huh? I mean, he can't. Yeah. Well, you know what? They start sending a dang Lisa back in time and jump time and telling us, and they got a gator like me with a big mouth anyway. They tell you, man. It's wrong. I wish I had never witnessed this. I wish I had never seen this, man. I can't do it, man. I can't let it go like this, man. You look it up. Everybody look up. Everybody look up, man. Look up brain dead. Brain dead is not dead. Brain dead is only dead when you are dead. That's when you're dead. And I don't want to be 1%, 100%. I don't know how many people can hear you talking, but don't be me not. When you got a person given the gift of life, hey man, be nice to them. Clean their sheets, clean their damn hair, wash their hair. Man, you ought to be giving them manicures and shit, for women and the men. It's just to be a lot different. They are not your fucking property, okay? You don't own anybody. They come in there because they need help, and they asking you for help, and you supposed to went to school. Where did it ever come? Where did it ever come that people are they're your product? That's your property. Where does it ever say in there anywhere in your school teaching where you saying I want to help people? Where does it say that I own this and I'm going to take their heart and my kids are going to go to college because I'm going to steal your freaking heart? Okay? Because you stole my freaking heart, man. I don't care whatever anybody says. You goddamn stole my heart, man. It's heart for sale. You see that used heart for sale? Look it up on my web page, Look it up. Used heart for sale. I saw that. I thought about you. Mitchell Arno Sr., 301 Harbert Valley Road, Toccoa, Georgia, 30577. Write me today. Tell me what's on your mind. I'll tell you what's on mine, okay? And come back and see me, all right? Bye-bye.